I started this about last year. Started riding with Greg about that time. Um, Not here to discourage the package boys to a certain extent, but I was in that first group of that, figuring I could learn that way, and I stumbled upon Greg, and it just, man, seeing his confidence in that courtroom, seeing the way he carried himself with so much confidence, I'm like, oh man, this is real. So man, I dove in and started watching his videos. I started putting in my motions. I started fighting child support just in general, understanding I hadn't been served. I hadn't had a court date. It's just like all of a sudden I'm on child support and I'm having to pay and have the dictatorship of my children's mothers. And like I said, my kids are 11. I'm an active dad. I love getting my kids. So it's like it got to a point when I'm like, man, let me figure out what to do. And when I got to reading the law, I think it's statute maybe 61.23 here in Florida, something like that, the best interest of the child, maybe it's 6131. But
Chapter
man,
51 of Florida is governs child support and time sharing, and it actually disillusioned time sharing and support. But continue.
but yeah, once I dove into that and started understanding like the best interest of my child and the what factors is going to apply to that. It's like, man, I literally just almost copied them down verbatim and put in my name about how I fit into that perspective versus like I know my kids too, their friends. I'm active in his life. I've signed them up for sports. I go see them. Just the fact that I'm an active father and I know certain things is like, man. In all honesty, it's almost like it's not hard, bro. It's not hard. All you got to do is put that foot forward to actually understand what you're doing. You're trying to get just as much equals timeshare as the mom, and unless they can really prove like a substantial amount of evidence, at least here in Florida, and I'm pretty sure is similar in all other states, but here in Florida, like you can get your children, man. You can go get your kids if you go file that paperwork. If you go in front of that judge, if you're willing to stand no business and fight for your kids, you can get your kids. It can be done. And then with me just learning from Greg and being able to understand how to properly put something in the appeal form, it's like they can't even mess with me on that until that is situated. So until my appeal is over, it's like they can't really come for me for child support. They can't really mess with my license because I've understood that it's some things that y'all didn't do right. I wasn't served. We didn't have a court date. There's no parenting plan. It's a lot of things that they don't do, but we just go with the flow of it versus really studying your case and see what's there and what's not there. So yeah, that's my take on it, man. Just reading the information and having enough courage or enough standing on my 10 feet, like I'm gonna fight for my kids and I'm gonna fight for myself because I don't want their mothers to dictate when I can go pick them up, when I can see them, when I can be a part of it. Like that was just crazy to me. And as men, as black men, or as men in general, I feel like that's enough to want to stand on business. Stand for something that you created. I created my children. I'm not gonna let someone else dictate everything, where they go to school, when they're allowed to come over. It's like we have a lot of rights. And man, I read that order today and almost bring tears to my eyes. I got just as much say so as the mom. 182 and a half days. Where she goes to school, we got to agree on that. Where she goes to the doctor, we got to agree on that. Ain't no leaving the state without clarification from both parents. It's just, man, it's a whole nother feeling when
Man,
you